my summer kitchen. Today's video is a healthy budget meal prep video. It's Sunday and I love to prep on a Sunday. Today I'm making high protein snacks and dishes to make my life easier at the start of this week. If I don't meal prep, I will eat naughty things. They're healthy naughty things like dates, but I'll still snack on things that I shouldn't. If I've just got food in the fridge, I will eat the healthy things. Plant-based vegan is not only cruelty-free, extremely healthy and nutritious, but it is the cheapest way to eat. Eating locally sourced fruit and veg, eating dried goods, whole grains, not only is it amazing for our bodies, keeping in shape, losing weight, it is so good for our pocket. I must spend a quarter or a fifth of what I used to spend on food now that I'm plant-based vegan and I cook everything from scratch. Last night I soaked 1 kilogram of dried chickpeas and 1 kilogram of dried giant beans, Gigantes. Each packet was approximately €2.50 from Lidl, and today I'm going to make days worth of food with these and freeze some to pull out anytime for salads, wraps. I soaked the chickpeas and the giant beans for 12-14 hours, and then this morning I've cooked the chickpeas. They took an hour and 20 to make them just the right softness. But the giant Gigantes, the giant beans, they took nearly 3 hours. And you've got to be really careful with these because they can disintegrate if you cook them for too long, but you don't want them crunchy either. Why do I prep my own chickpeas? For me, it is so much cheaper. A 400 gram normal tin would cost nearly €1, whereas I get all of this, which was nearly 2.5 kilograms for €2.50. So it's so much cheaper, but not only that, it's so much better for anyone that has any tummy issues like IBS like me. So if I soak them, rinse them, boil them, I get no IBS issues at all. And no gas, no bloating, nothing. If I eat a tin of chickpeas, I'm gonna be uncomfortable, I'm gonna be in pain, and I'm gonna bloat. So this is why I boil my own chickpeas, and then I can put them in the freezer in Ziploc bags and pull them out anytime.
I'm weighing out 1.5 kilograms of chickpeas for the first recipe, which is an awesome lunch recipe you will love. And I'm adding the leftover chickpeas to a snacking bowl to keep in the fridge. My husband happily snacks on chickpeas straight from the fridge all day long and share them with the pups as healthy treats.
The first recipe we're making today blows my mind, it's so good. Have you had chickpea tuna? If you have not, you need to try this recipe, I urge you. I'm going to make about 10 portions, and that will be maybe 4 lunches for the 2 of us, and some to be snacked on straight from the fridge. Chickpea tuna, it's so good. This week, I'm gonna make a batch, about 1.5 kilograms of chickpeas. One day we can have it in a wrap. It is so good in a wrap. One day we'll make it with pasta, like a pasta tuna salad. Have it with salad, a basic salad with chickpea tuna, so good.
Step 1, mash up all the chickpeas.
You don't have to get these perfectly mashed. Some lumps are fine, but if you do it in little batches like I'm doing, and then add it to another bowl, this will work best. If you're finding your chickpeas a little hard to mash, you could add a little of the wet ingredients. I know I'm adding a white vinegar to this mixture, so if I add a couple to this now, it will help me mash it.
Once all the chickpeas are mashed, for this quantity, I'm finely dicing 2 medium onions. Approximately 8 tablespoons of capers finely diced. These make the dish fishy, but in a fantastic way. This and the white vinegar. I love to use pickles for good gut bacteria. 4 nori sheets add a sea vegetable fishy flavour that's fabulous. You want these super fine, so cut them tiny or add them to a herb grinder for speed. To the mix, I'm adding 450 grams of cooked sweet corn, my finely ground nori, and 5 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. 1 good teaspoon of mustard, and the amount of mayo is personal preference. The more we add, the more calories we add. So 1 to 2 jars. My favourite is Hellmann's vegan mayo. For this batch, I used just over 1 jar, and this was perfect. I like to use 10 to 15 teaspoons of white vinegar. Taste test this till it's perfect for you. Then plenty of black pepper and pink salt.
That is so good. You must taste test it because different mayos will make it taste differently, and you might have to add a little bit more vinegar or capers.
This chickpea tuna mayo happily lasts 5-6 days in the fridge, so I'm filling this glass tub to make 3-4 lunches this week. And the plastic tubs I will freeze to make my life easy another week.
For the next recipe, we're making a hummus from those giant beans that I cooked up this morning, Gigantes. If you don't have giant beans where you live, you could use butter beans, or of course you can just use regular chickpeas. But I make chickpea hummus nearly every single week, so it's so nice to have a refreshing change with these Gigantes. The Gigantes make a more rich, creamy, smoother hummus, and it's just nice for a refreshing change. It's a little bit more lemony, and it's perfect in summer. This lasts a week in the fridge like regular hummus, and it freezes perfectly too, of course.
Today I'm using 1 kilogram of giant beans. Next time I'll double the batch because it's so quick to make this hummus. I'm juicing 5 of my garden lemons, which is 1 cup of lemon juice, crushing 4 cloves of garlic. I like to use 1 teaspoon of tahini, and I like to make sure the sticky tahini is really well mixed in. Plenty of pink salt and 3 tablespoons of local olive oil gives that amazing creaminess, nutrition from the olive oil, but not using too much oil. And half a cup of water makes for a lovely consistency. And I blend with my Emergent stick blender, which is really easy because of all the liquid lubrication. It's so fast to make this hummus. I've made a big tub to freeze, a big glass tub for the fridge for this week, and some for this afternoon. And I serve everything in a very pretty way. Food that looks beautiful, tastes fantastic. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed with your notifications turned on to see my future recipe videos.
Now the hummus is ready, I must chop some vegetable crudité because when I want to snack, I want to make sure my vegetables are ready to eat with my hummus, so I don't grab the pita bread that can be so attractive in the bottom of the freezer. Throw it under the health grill and it's ready in 2 minutes. Sometimes that's fine, but I like vegetables so I can do a healthy snack anytime.
Having veggie crudité ready chopped keeps me choosing healthy options throughout the week when I'm snackish. I love hummus with carrot sticks, and cucumber and peppers are lovely. What do you enjoy dipping into your hummus?
The next dish is an easy, yummy, slow cooker dish. It's a really feel-good and simple dish to make. I'm using more of these Gigantes giant beans. Use any beans at all that you have to hand, and I'm using Mediterranean vegetables that I bought so cheap from the farmer's market. This giant bean Mediterranean ratatouille makes around 10 portions, and it freezes fantastically too. This slow cooker dish is really quick and easy to make. About 20 minutes of preparation, a little bit in the frying pan, and then into the slow cooker. All the mess is gone, and I've got 5 nights dinners. This is 5 nights where I'm not cleaning up the kitchen, I'm not cleaning up preparation. All I need to do on a weeknight is serve it with brown rice in the rice cooker, that's effortless, some quinoa or some couscous, bulgur wheat, anything like this, and it will be fabulous.
The joy of this dish, like many Mediterranean dishes, is roughly chopping the ingredients. This makes prep so fast. I roughly chop the cloves of around 1.5 bulbs of garlic, roughly chop 2 medium onions, and I use the vegetables I have in. I'm roughly chopping around 200 grams of fairly red peppers, 300 grams of courgette zucchini, around 700 grams of beef and romaine tomatoes roughly chopped, and we're ready for a quick fry to get these veggies all tasty. This is a Mediterranean dish, so a good few dashes of olive oil to fry the onions and garlic for a couple of minutes with a little pink salt. After a couple of minutes, when the garlic and onion are smelling so fantastic, add the courgette, zucchini to most of the world. Give a good stir for a minute and add the peppers. How colourful and nutritious does this look, and the smell is divine. I'm adding 500 grams of the giant beans to start getting tasty, and a little dried chili flakes. Finally, throw all the tomatoes in and stir for a couple of minutes, and then transfer to the slow cooker. I add 1 tin of chopped tomatoes, 1 carton of tomato juice passata, and 1 tube of double concentrate tomato puree. I like to cook this on high for about 4 hours, stirring every hour or so. But first I'm grabbing some fresh herbs and chili peppers from the garden. Add your favourite herbs. I've got 5 sprigs of rosemary, a little fresh basil, and 2 chili peppers. And this is the finished ratatouille 4 hours later. It tastes so good. I got major compliments from the hubby for this dish. And the leftover beans I weigh and add to Ziploc bags and freeze for future use in salads normally or other recipes in the future.
Next, I'm ripping and pressing and marinating 2 kilograms of fresh tofu. This week for evening dinners, when we're not having the Mediterranean vegetable ratatouille, we will have a tofu salad. We'll have my nut chicken and cheese salad, and we'll have my tandoori tofu salad. These are so refreshing and fantastic on a weekday night in the summertime.
I buy and use fresh tofu mostly. This is medium firm because it has the best texture, and it's half the price of long life tofu where I live, so it's great on a budget. I do use long life tofu when all my fresh tofu's been used. I press and marinate long life tofu exactly the same way as I do fresh tofu. I rip it or cube it depending on the dish I'm making. I'm trying to be more environmentally friendly and use less kitchen paper, so I'm using tea towels as well as kitchen towels today. I change all the towels every hour until the tofu is lovely and dry to touch. This means the pores in the tofu are fairly empty and they can be filled with a delicious marinade. For my not chicken and cheese salad, I marinate my tofu in tomato vegan pesto with lemon juice and a touch of light soy sauce. And for my tandoori tofu salad, I marinate in tandoori paste, garlic and ginger paste, a touch of light soy sauce, and of course lemon juice.
Fresh tofu, once it's pressed, marinated and air fried, freezes amazingly well. Freeze it in tubs or packets, pull it out, defrost it, you can eat it straight away, or bang it back in the air fryer or a pan, use it in curry, soups. I love some tofu ready to go in the freezer.
Once the tofu is in the marinade, I make sure all the pieces are coated. Leave for a few hours to 24 hours to let it soak in. Then I air fry on 200 degrees centigrade for 15 to 20 minutes, shaking and turning the pieces halfway through. And that is now so delicious.
So this week is pretty much set up. I've got snacks, I've got dinners, I've got lunches. All I need is some breakfast, and at the moment I am loving soaked oats. I could eat this food all week and not be hungry for 20 euros. Plant-based living is the cheapest, most healthy, most nutritious diet in the world. I hope you try some of today's recipes, and this budget meal prep video helps you be a little healthier and for much cheaper this week. Bye for now, lovelies.